Hello. Good evening. It is I, Yaho. Oh man. Let me fix that a little bit. Ooh. Anyway, so last stream was unlisted because it had audio issues to the point where I was basically unable to be understood. So it's right now, gotta change that a little bit. That should be good. Anyway, basically it was unlistenable and I had to get rid of the stream. I had to unlist it because it was bad. I didn't know. I really didn't know. Like I listened to it like back and I was like, "What? How did it happen?" Turns out the audio on my screen capture scene was bugged, which is great, awesome, very great, very cool, very awesome. So I got rid of it. I unlisted it. It is still up, because I do think, like, it's unlisted, not privated. But today I'm just gonna redo the stream. Well, not completely because I did do a lot of the line art last stream, so I'm gonna do more line art because I only finished the face line art, which is fine. But man, that fucking sucked, homies. That fucking sucked. So I think it's good now. I think at least. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, um, oh, it's, oh, how great. Let me fix that a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. That should be good, I think. Yeah, that. There we go. Scene set. I don't want people to read some stuff. Anyway, there we go. There's the main scene. So I'm just gonna continue with lining this and struggling because I use a shit fucking brush, but you know, we stupid. I have issues when it comes to a lot of the stuff that I draw. Because I like making everything that I do as painful as fucking possible. But yeah, I'm redoing the stream. Very sorry for last stream for anyone who watched it. That was genuinely a bug. I tried to fix it, like in OBS, and even tried to mess with some of my mic stuff. But so I put the thing of, I think it should be a little less loud, but more like that. That should be better. I don't know. Basically I went into my mic, like I plugged my headphones into the mic, which is something I can do, and it sounded fine. Like fine enough, because I still have like a big echo in my room, which is just how my room works. But it sounded good and fine and normal. Turns out it was just bugged. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Like, it wasn't my mic. It wasn't any of the other scenes. It was genuinely just the capture scene that was just bugged. So I'm gonna fix some of my settings later because I deleted some of the settings, so I thought that maybe some of the settings were bugged. Turned out, no. Just the audio. I don't know how to fix it. I just made a new one and it fixed it. So, yippee! Woo! Oh man. Dude, it was annoying because I I got some chats from my friend who was like, hey, the audio sounds weird. And I was like, what do you mean? And they went, well, it sounds like you're in a glass box. I was like, huh? No. So I went into my talking scene, which was normal. And then I listened to myself while in the talking scene. It was normal. And I went back to the other scene because I had the same setup of both scenes. Both scenes had the same setup. Turns out, one of them was bugged. Yippee! Woo! I gotta fix my mouth tracking, man. Woo! Let me do that real quick. I think I did some stupid shit. I don't know. Mouth. Where's the mouth? Where's your mouth? Not mouth. Mouth smile? Mouth smile? No, mouth open. Mouth open should just be one. Yeah. And then I need to do something in a different one, which is mouth open sensitivity. I need to do the mouth sensitivity, not the other one. Anyway, fixed, sort of. Now I actually am gonna try. Sorry, man. I'm not very good at streaming. If it's not my big good thing that I'm able to do. There's like so many streamers where I'm like, how do you keep this shit up, man? How do you stream for like 4 hours and like I can barely get to like 1 and I'm just exhausted. Well, not exhausted per se, but like tired of talking. Like I'm done. I want to stop talking. And some people are, maybe they're just experienced yappers, who knows. Also, someone said like, do you know what yap means? And I was like, it's like talking. And they're like, well, yeah, but yapping means like talking like a lot and for like a lot. And I'm like, oh, okay. I just thought it meant talking, just like talking. Turns out, nope. I do need to fix the ribbon because it's in the wrong place. Like, it looked fine in the sketch, but it doesn't look good when I'm doing the line art, so I gotta fix it. Also, I was awake until like 4 a.m. I was awake until 4 a.m. I ate something I shouldn't, and I had a tummy ache. That was not fun. I think that, like, I'm just allergic to literally fucking everything. Well, that's just IBS, but... I have, like, a few allergies as well, which is just fun! Yippee! I'm one of those people that's allergic to, menthol. I don't know if that's the English word for it, but I do not care to search. It is basically what's in like toothpaste and in mint and those types of things. I'm allergic. I didn't know I was allergic, so I'm gonna tell the story on stream. So the reason I found out that I was actually allergic to menthol was someone started burning a mint candle and my nose started burning. Like actually burnt, like this, the feeling that you get when you like eat like super fucking spicy food, but it's like hot as well. Like it's spicy and the food is hot. So basically it was burning my throat and my nose and I was confused and I was like, oh, like does your nose also feel like it's burning? And the person who lit the candle was like, no. What are you talking about, man? And it's like, my nose hurts. And they're just like, how? I'm like, I don't know, maybe the candle? They're like, it's a mint candle. I was like, well, yeah, I get like when I eat mint and stuff, like my throat hurts. And they're like, what? that's not normal. Like, it's supposed to be, like, really refreshing. And I was like, refreshing? It hurts. What? Like, I was just like, huh? It's not refreshing, it's just painful. And they're like, are you sure that you're just not allergic? And I was like, what do you mean allergic? I'm not allergic to mint. I'm allergic to mint. But that was like one of the reasons when I was young. I refused to use adult toothpaste. When I was over the age of 12, I just kept using the toothpaste that I had since I was really young, because like the toothpaste my mom had was like burning my mouth and like my gums, and I would just have like a lot of pain in my mouth after I like brushed my teeth, and I just kept using it, and now I know why, because I was just allergic and I didn't like pain. But yeah, it was something to find out that you're like allergic to something that's in a lot of products, because menthol is pretty good for like cleaning your teeth, and most people enjoy the flavor of mint. I was always confused why people liked mint chocolate chip ice cream, because for me mint chocolate chip ice cream was just annoyingly painful, and now I found out people don't burn their mouths. Turns out most people like the flavor because it actually like tastes good. Oh, I'm feeling woozy. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I'm fucking burning up. Oh shit. Anyway, not my problem. If I throw up on stream, that'd be kind of funny. What is playing? I didn't play those. I played the Pikuniku soundtrack, but it started playing random songs. That's not good. Oh, I'm gonna get copyrighted because I'm just stupid someday. But I'm feeling a little woozy. I may take a little break in a little bit, which I know I've only been streaming for like 15 minutes, but I don't want to throw up on stream, so. That looks fine. Yeah, also, when you're streaming artwork and you look down, it just, like, my model just closes its eye. I close my eyes. I don't know, I just draw and my model just starts closing its eyes the entire time, and then I look back at my stream, I'm just not moving. It just doesn't track as well when you're drawing compared to like any other thing. Because like when you're looking at your screen, like your screen looks fine. It looks fine when you're like, you know, looking at your screen, but then you draw and like you have like a screen tablet and you have to look down, and it's just perpetual closed eyes. I'm gonna take like a little break. I'll be like back in like 2 minutes, maybe? I don't know. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. I hath returned. I took some meds. Sorry. I'm very prone to getting ill, so it wasn't that much. I think that it was, like, not that much of a shock because I wasn't feeling too great at, like, midnight either. So, you know, you live and you learn. Maybe don't stream when you were already not feeling too great. Funny. Haha. Yeah, I have a very, like, I'm not immunocompromised, but I have a weak immune system, so I get fevers and stuff pretty easily. My body just attacks everything because it doesn't know. Yeah, live streaming is unpredictable, man. But I'm gonna finish the liner, at least for like the big guy. The little one, probably not, but I want to do at least base coloring. You know? Since like my favorite thing is coloring. I say as a liar, I hate coloring. I'm not very good at coloring, but I did undercoloring already, so, you know. It shouldn't be as much of a problem because I already did coloring underneath. But that doesn't always say anything. Sometimes I do full undercoloring and it's just... This sucks, I'm gonna redo everything. Sometimes I redo, like, most of my work, even though I literally don't have to. But that's just the way of how I work. I'm not very good at, like, chatting and drawing, so I'm gonna do my- I'm doing my best. So I'm doing something I'm bad at. I may have- like, I touched my forehead, and it's, like, warm, but not, like, scalding or anything, so I don't think it's, like, a full-blown fever, maybe like a cold or something. I don't know. Maybe food poisoning. I'm pretty good at getting that. Nah, I'd be way more sick if that were true. 1, 2, 3. No, I want it to be more angular. I enjoy, like, angular, like, things. When you look at, like, real life folds, they're not that angular, but I like drawing them a little more angular because it's fun. I think, like, for art, not everything has to look, like, realistic anyway, so... For me, it's, like, a stylistic choice of why I draw the way that I do. You know, like most people, sometimes I draw in front of people, and they just stand there and just like, why doesn't he have why is there no hair? And I'm like, I'm gonna draw, I just want to make sure that the proportions are right, and they're just like, huh, but the proportions look right. I'm like, just because they look right to you doesn't mean they look right to me. To me, I'm not incredibly self-critical. Like, I used to be way more self-critical about my work. I've gotten, like, over it a little bit. I just draw whatever now. You know, like, I used to be one of those people that would constantly, like, look at what they've drawn and be like, this sucks. This sucks, man. This is ugly. And now I'm just like, I drew something. Yippee. You know, I'm one of those people. I'm just glad I sat behind a computer. I need to get a better chair, but I just, man, chairs are expensive, dude. Like, I have someone who can hook me up with like a better deal for like a chair, but like, and he was like, oh, I can get you like, I don't know, like a super good chair. And I'm like, oh, like what kind? And he's like, I can get you those specific chairs that will work specifically for those with back issues. I'm like, oh, that's great. How much money? And he's like, 350 euros. And I'm like, what the fuck? What did you just tell me? And he's like, 350 euros. Turns out, chairs are expensive. And you should not get a gaming chair because those are not great for like your back or anything like that. So if you have back issues, don't get a gaming chair. Get like a what are those called? Something with OG. I think. I don't know. Like a chair that works with back issues. Get those chairs that they work that are for behind desks and for like offices. Those are good. Office chairs are better than gaming chairs because gaming chairs are made for you to sit very still, which is not good. If you're someone with who moves a lot or has back issues, sitting very still and being put in a position that makes you sit very still is not very good for your back. So it's better to get those special chairs. But yeah, I mean, it is preference, of course. Some people do like gaming chairs. I don't know who you are or why you're absolutely insane, but they're probably out there. I mean, people drink gamer subs and stuff, so. No hate to, like, gamer subs and stuff. I just hate those powdered stuff that you put in water. I, remember someone I knew, they had, like, powdered stuff to put in their drink. And they were just like, oh, this tastes really yummy. So I, like, you know, tasted it. Turns out, does not taste very yummy. They taste powdery and chalky. But, you know. At the end of the day, I am not your mom or your dad. You know, sometimes I do think like it's just for those who want caffeine without consuming caffeine, which is like again fine. Just for me personally, if I want caffeine, I'm gonna actually just grab something with caffeine in it instead of getting those powdered things. Should be a little lower. They're not spaced right. I gotta space them a little better. But yeah, I think like gamer subs and stuff, like I don't personally enjoy it because it tastes very artificial to me. But just because something isn't for me doesn't mean that it can't be for you or anything like it. It's just not my thing. Like it's very it triggers me carnally. That's not something I should say. That's the wrong word. Ooh, maybe shut the fuck up for like 2 seconds. I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say like What was I gonna say? I did not mean to say carnally because that's something very different. God, the stream's already a mess. I took like a 5-minute BRB screen and I had to grab medicine. But you know, you live and you learn. At least it's not yesterday where I was barely able to be heard. God, I hate drawing hands. Like every artist in existence, I do not like drawing hands because it is hard. Also, if you don't know, flip your canvas. If you're someone who draws a lot and you want to be more consistent with like your angles and stuff, flip your fucking canvas. My god, people don't flip their canvases enough. I think like the main issue with the flipping canvases problem is that people, okay, I put in my mic a little closer. The main issue with flipping your canvas is people get really disoriented, but I'm one of those people that started drawing on my phone, so I used to flip my entire canvas like all types of ways, and I still do. So man, like if you want to get better at art, just flip your canvas a little more. It's gonna help a lot. I didn't mean to flip the canvas though. Also, I noticed that I'm a very giggly person. I don't want this song too loud. I'm going with the co-op songs. I'm a very giggly person. Didn't know that I was that giggly of a person, but you know, you live and you learn. Should it be more like this? No, that's something doesn't look right. It's making me angry. Because the angles are difficult. That's because I did that. Man. Again, drawing hands is very hard because you have to have very consistent angles. And I'm not very good at drawing those. Some people can draw hands like it's no tomorrow. I sometimes still just trace my own hands because it's easier. This is one of my favorite songs in the game. I really like those like chill songs. I've been listening a lot to the Firewatch OST. And I think his name's Chris Remo. Chris Remo. I've been listening a lot to his work. It's good. How did I make sense of that? Whatever. I really enjoy his work. I've been listening a lot to video game OSTs as well, not because I'm a fucking nerd, but just because I enjoy the calm songs that they usually, like, not always, some of them are not calm, but I like when they have like very calm songs and stuff. This looks off, but you know what? We live and we learn. I've been listening a lot to like the Firewatch OST, and I also enjoy the Omori OST. It's very good. The sand looks fucked, but you know what? We're going with it. We're keeping it. We're keeping it. Now, because I drew a hand, I also have to draw the lines for the gloves. I usually, when I draw gloves, I like grab a pair of gloves in my own home and I look at them because it's a little easier to see where the lines and stuff go. Usually they don't have lines for like the hands. They have them like in between the fingers because they're two pieces of like four pieces of fabric. So the thumb has its own piece and then like the rest of the fingers have like two pieces on top sewn together. But it's difficult to draw. So I just draw this. Difficult. Drawing is hard, man. I don't know how people do it without complaining. Forgot pieces. Hair strand. I'm trying not to be too quiet, but sometimes I gotta think about things when I'm drawing it. And then I just zone out, and that's like not, I don't do that on purpose. I think like when you draw on your own compared to when you're live streaming, art's much easier when you're doing it alone without talking, or at least like if you're like me. Because art's very much about thinking a lot and about like, of course, knowing what you're doing, but if you don't know how to draw certain parts, you're gonna have to do a lot of thinking. That would be on the inside. I think I want to make it so like it looks like the clasps are inside and not outside. That looks off, but whatever. Drawing items is like my least favorite thing because I'm not good at it. I think I've done most of the liner. Yeah, it looks good-ish, sorta. I think I put it in no, I put it in here. No, that sometimes this program just like doesn't work properly, and that's stop it. Sometimes like this brush is a wonder, and sometimes it fills things wrong. And you gotta fix some of the edges as well, which is not a big deal. Like this brush saves a lot of time, but it also, you have to go in like manually fix a lot of problems, which is annoying, but you know, you live and you learn, you do what you do. Also, someone said that I was too casual about life sometimes, which I thought was really funny, because I say like really often it is what it is and stuff, because I'm just very used to just being disappointed, so I'm just like, it is what it is, you know? And someone just like, no, it's not what it is, it's bad, it's sad. I'm just like, dude, it is what it is, you know? You can't always have what you want. They thought I was depressing, but you know what? It'd be how it be. I like this song. Do do. I'm gonna, for like a short period, I'm not gonna talk because I want to fix some of these edges a little bit. And I think I'm gonna get super distracted if I don't. If I talk. I think it's good enough. Yeah, it's good enough. Now we do skin. skin. Skin is, in my opinion, some of the most fun to draw. Because it's the easiest for me personally to draw. Like, for some people, skin is very difficult to draw. For me, I just have fun with it. It's just a fun thing. It's fun. I mean, I enjoy drawing blush and stuff. I don't know if you can see my model. I went a little bit overboard on the model, but you know what? That's fine. I think that, like, blush makes... Like, it depends. Sometimes I don't draw as much blush because I think that some characters don't need it, per se. Not that I don't want to draw it, but because, like, it looks weird sometimes when you draw blush too much. But with some characters, I think that, like, blush is so mandatory. For cutesy characters, you gotta draw blush, otherwise I'm gonna come after you. Also, a nice highlight with within the liner, I think, is not a highlight, a reddish shade like this looks cute, but I'm drawing it too thick. It has to be, like, thin. I do like when people draw without blushing and stuff. I've seen a lot of art where people don't draw that much blushing, and I think it looks really cute. Not cute, very cool. But when you have an art style like mine, where, like, it's the cutesy factor 100, you gotta draw them as if they're constantly flushed. Also, sometimes people are like, are you sure you're gonna pick this color? And it's just, like, a bright red. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna use the bright red color, why not? I was drawing next to someone who doesn't draw, and they were very confused by the way that I pick colors, because it didn't make sense to them. But the thing is, when you draw yourself, you're just like, oh, that makes sense. Like, this color makes sense. But when you don't draw at all, it's just like, why would you pick blue to draw white? Man. I hope I'm not being absolutely weird. I think I want to make it a little bit more pink at some points. A little bit pink. That's too much pink. I think it's a little bit more reddish pink, maybe? Yeah, that looks a bit better, but I just want to add it there. It's a bit too much. For me, drawing is a lot of drawing, and then drawing over it, and then drawing, and then drawing over it, and then drawing over it, and then drawing over it, and then drawing over it. Sometimes when I'm done with a drawing, I still, like, paint over it, because I think it looks good. Sometimes I'm just very lazy, and then I just grab the paintbrush and I just draw over my sketch. I did it for, my PC background, which is Hatsune Miku, but, like, the fairy type Hatsune Miku from the Pokemon collab. Fairy type Miku is so cute. She's my favorite. But I think, like, everyone that can see, my favorite color is pink. Someone was like, why is your favorite color pink? Are you a boy? And I'm like, it's a color, bro. Like, sweetheart, it's a fucking color. What do you mean it's for girls? But yeah, that's something. I like a bright pink sweater with, like, big hearts on it, and I wore it once and they were like, why would you wear that if you're a boy? Because it's bright pink and it has hearts on it. What the fuck are you talking about? I like hearts and I like pink. That's the reason. Multiply. Man. Now I go over it with pink, red-ish pink. Maybe a little lighter and a little less. We love subsurface scattering. It's not called subsurface scattering. What is it called again? It had a name. It's, is it ambient occlusion? I think so. I think it's ambient occlusion. It's the name for when colors shine through other colors. Like when you put a light through your skin, it like glows red. That's because your skin's transparent, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now with adding the little red, because it's like the shading itself is a brownish gray, but the skin makes it appear a little pinkish. But that's also, some people don't do it because it's not necessary. Painting brush. I think that for a lot of stuff, it's just like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. I remember someone was asking me to teach them how to draw, and I was like, okay, what do you want to draw? And they're just like, I want to draw like you. I'm like, you can't do that though. They're like, why not? And I'm like, because you're not me. They were convinced that as long as they learned from me, they would be able to draw like me. And when I told them that's just not possible because we're different people, and you can't, if you don't, like, at least if you don't copy someone's art, but you can't draw like me because we're different people and we have different ways that we hold our pen, we have different colors that we like, we have different things that we like. So yeah, you're gonna not be able to draw like someone else because you're not that person, not because you're less skilled or more skilled. It's just, even the most skilled artists can't copy each other because they're different people. Like, just because you have the ability to draw very, very well doesn't mean you can copy someone's art. Like, well, you can copy someone's art, you can't create someone's art. Also, I may grab a little bit of a swig of water in a little bit because I am a little thirsty. Also, my voice starts to like sound weird. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab some water and I'm gonna be right back. I have water. That's a lot better. I had to go into the kitchen to grab a cup. But yeah, now I think I want to just do like a grayish brown shading instead of, usually I do more of a grayish blue, but I think that grayish brown looks a little better because most of the color scheme is very brown. Now his little cute eyes. I think I'm gonna do the shading of the eyes after I color them. The way that I draw eyes is actually pretty simple. Some people draw like super detailed eyes, and people are really confused, like, how do you draw so detailed eyes? Like, I don't. My eyes are really simple. I have a regular color, then I have a highlight color and a shading color, and that's about it. Simplicity is sometimes like fine, right? I want to make the liner a little more brown. At least like the eyes I want to make brown because it makes them look a little softer. And then I go on top with a little bit of red. I don't know what to talk about, to be honest. No, that's not the right color. I want this color. And then I add is that soft enough? No, I want to add a little bit more of like the lighter brown because it still looks a little harsh, like a little bit. Sometimes you want to not have the eyes be too harsh. At least for like this character I don't, because he seems like a very soft, happy character, so I want his eyes to be very soft and happy as well. So I'm not gonna use too many like harsh colors and stuff. There's a lot of brown and green. I hope you guys can kind of see what I'm doing because I do draw pretty quick. It's what I'm very used to. Sometimes I was drawing with someone and they were drawing at the same time and they were just like, are you at like step 100 already? I'm like, what do you mean? I just have a very specific process and I draw the same every single time, so I don't have like a lot of people when they draw, they don't have a specific process, and that makes it so their art takes a little longer, but it is more like unique. For me, my art's not very unique. I think that's too bright. Maybe like a darker brown around it. Like, my art's not very unique, and most of it looks the same, so you get to be a little more quick. I used to draw like highlights super detailed. Nowadays it's just dot. It's just a dot. I wanna make the shading a little darker. It's a little light. The darker the highlights, the more the rest of the art pops. In my opinion, for me, at least. I want to keep around like the same sort of colors that I picked for like the rest of the artwork, but I want to have some colors be a little darker, a little lighter in the final piece, like shading wise. I don't know, it's just sometimes when you draw a lot, and you notice that sometimes you don't need to have... Sorry, the music's a little distracting for me. I'm gonna take off my headphones because it's a little distracting. For me personally, I've always found that when you're drawing, sketch and end product are always gonna look different no matter what. If it's just because your line art's very clean compared to your sketch, or your colors are a little different, or you change the values, sometimes you gotta take advantage of that. To be honest, I take advantage of being able to add extra multiply layers and stuff. I add a little extra tooth. But I think that personally for me, I want to keep it relatively similar, but like different enough that it's that you can see that it's like a finished product. But I mean, my sketches are pretty detailed, so it don't really matter. So I used to draw mouths like super detailed, and nowadays it's just teeth. I just draw the teeth and that's it. I made his teeth larger in the line art because my line art's thinner than the sketch, so the teeth look bigger. Which I mean is like cute, I guess. I'm starting to run out of like thinking power a little bit. Ooh, that's not good. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, I got rid of the... Huh? My thinking power while drawing is, pretty bad. So I'm trying to talk and draw, but it's really hard. So this is more like a little bit more casual of a stream than when I play like games and stuff. I'm still very casual when I play games and stuff because I don't play very like shooter games and stuff. So some people really like shooter games. I've never really been that much of a fan. I used to think I enjoyed shooter games. Turns out I don't. And I never have. It's just a lot of effort for me to play like shooter games and stuff. Like a lot of sitting down and... Oh, I forgot the nose highlight. Oh man. It's a lot of just sitting down and waiting, and it's like not my forte. I played Fortnite with someone once, and they said that I was bad. And that made me not want to play Fortnite anymore. Not that I like Fortnite, but I did play it. I'll do the hair, and then I'm gonna stop streaming. Or at least I'm gonna do the base stuff of the hair, not the entirety, because that's a lot of work. I may do the shading of the hair and stuff off stream, because that's for me very much thinking. But I can do like the base stuff on stream, I think. Yeah, this should be good. I love the lasso tool. I used to never use the lasso tool, and then I found out that the lasso tool exists, and now I've been using it way too much. It's good for filling in large areas, and for me, sometimes when I'm shading the clothing and stuff, I prefer filling it in with the lasso tool, like the shading or the highlights. But sometimes I use it a little too much. But I mean, I don't really use that many different brushes. Like, I just use a heart brush and like a paint painterly brush. That's about it. Maybe some texture in like the clothing, but like I don't like using too much brushes. It's that's like very, very much something I've never done. I tried once like going out of my way to use a different type of brush, and I just reverted back to the good old-fashioned G pen. The soft round brush is just the most superior brush in existence, so anyone who says the like the soft, not the soft, but like the hard round brush is bad, start using it and tell me what you think then, because it's the best brush. No matter what program I'm using, I'm probably using the hard round brush. It's just easy to control and it's very versatile. Only when I'm doing like very specific artwork or trying to put some texture into my line art, I may switch from the standard G pen to the real G pen. I'm one of those people that goes from like one, and I do use the airbrush a lot, I guess. But I mean, who doesn't use the airbrush? The airbrush is a wonder. Yeah, it's a very, so I added like a bright highlight, and then I added a shading over here. That's how I do, like, not all of my work, but how I usually like to add some color and stuff into my work. It's just to add gradients. Ooh. I love drawing the little ring lights, like the little ring highlight. It's fun. This one doesn't look that great. I'm gonna redo this one, but it's my favorite part of the hair. Yippee! I'm gonna make it a little more thick, but that was like the base of the highlight. It's my favorite part. It's fun. Then I add more highlights because highlights are wonderful. I sometimes go pretty overboard with highlights, but you know, it's fun. But I think I'm gonna stop it here. I'm gonna do the hair shading and stuff off stream. But we did this on stream now, which is pretty good. We're good. So I'm gonna say goodbye, and I hope the stream was sort of enjoyable. So I'm gonna say bye-bye now. Goodbye.